The sun begins to rise over a predictably cloudy Glasgow sky. The birds repeat a chorus. Gulls caw over a suspiciously calm River Clyde. Brief pause, zoom in close to our local skyscraper high-rise close, where the people mind their own and do everything that they can to resist being close. Wallpaper curls by the radiators, windows damp with condensation. 4 lonely cups are filled and busy minds are caffeine drilled. Through the gridlocked streets, we see the feet of busy commuters, kids with skinned knees, students with skint pockets moving absent-mindedly in patterns. Shoals of shiny grey fish, darting, bobbing, swimming to an array of end destinations.
Dear Lawrence, thank you for taking the time to go through everything with me. This has been a very hard process for me. I really appreciate all that you've done for me and how much you've honoured my grandmother. I know she's looking down on you and thanking you for everything you've done for me. I know to you it may just simply be doing your job, but I owe you a great deal of gratitude for helping me. Maybe we can meet outside the legalities. Sincerely, Lucy Reader.
Nah. No. Right. Okay. Right, do the thing.
No, I know. Yes. Yes, I know. But I had to move. It's not a case of... Look. I had to move. I just can't. Or I couldn't, or whatever. Yeah. No, yeah, it's... No. 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 Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'll have it in tomorrow morning. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's no problem. Yeah. I can still do the work. Honestly. Please. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. No, look, it's not that far. I understand the concern, but I can assure you there's no issue. Right. Yeah, I'm doing fine actually. Thank you. Well, no, it's nothing special just yet, but yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. I won't be late. I've been here a few months now, and nothing has changed. It's still the same as before. Nothing has slipped. And you know that. Huh? Hello? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Useless twat. Fuck. Fuck.
Hello? I'm here. Dad. Can you hear me? Are you there? Dad. What's wrong? I was literally just with you. Why else would you be calling me? Are you kidding? Yeah, but we've barely just finished studying that other case. Why has he added on another? When's it due? Are you still at the library then? No, of course I'm coming to the library. I can't get anything done here. Yes, I'll be quick, don't worry. Literally just stepped out of the building. Maybe if you got off the phone I'd move a bit quicker. Right. Yeah, bye. I'll see you soon.
Shannon was my next door neighbour for years. She was an on-off addict, but she had a heart of gold and an amazing sense of humour. She always used to chat to me on the bus, and her dog Tess was really friendly. One day, I was home alone and I could hear these people starting to argue in the landing of the close. I couldn't really tell what they were saying, but it was definitely getting more aggressive. I went towards my front door to listen in and get a better idea of what was going on. I recognised one of the voices to be Shannon's. Turns out, Shannon owed these two women money, and they were starting to threaten her. Shannon was fairly petite, so when they actually started throwing punches at her, I panicked a fair bit. I remember the week before, Shannon and her boyfriend Steg had to break into the bin chute room because Shannon accidentally binned this envelope filled with money. They had to break all the bags open and rummage through everything. Oh, it was disgusting. I phoned my gran to tell her what was going on. However, during this time, Shannon had managed to make it past her front door and grab the first thing she could use as a weapon. Unfortunately for those crooked debt collectors, that object was Tess's dog leash. Tess's metal chain dog leash. I said to my gran, I don't know what I should do. Should I phone the police? Or as I watched through the peephole It's Shannon whipping her enemies down the landing, hearing their screams as they received their lashes. And Gran said, "Well, is she winning?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so." And Gran said, "Nah, don't bother." They never came back for their money again. Oh God.
Angus sends me flowers once a fortnight. I don't know if he does it to remind me that he still cares or if he just forgot to cancel a subscription service. I like getting the flowers though.
Does that sound too bitchy?
No. I mean, yeah, a little bit. You didn't have to call him a dick.
Well, he's being one.
Being what?
A dick.
Yeah, but you didn't have to tell him that. You could be polite about it.
So, I write what I'm feeling and then you can just sugarcoat it.
Okay. So what about, instead of saying his music taste is shit, you say something like, "I understand. Everyone is entitled to their own musical opinions, but if you could just be more considerate of others around you in the building, as not everyone takes pleasure in listening to Wonderwall on repeat several times a day at volume 100.
I like that. That works. Polite, but with a hint of bitchy.
Sam, he's a guy, he's never going to look that deep into a letter.
Well, whether he looks into it or not, I might actually be forced to call the police on him if he keeps it up.
What are you writing now?
Just that I hope he understands his rights as a citizen, but it is in fact illegal to play music that loud after 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my God, you cannot put that in there. He'll come up here and throw his big dangly limbs at you.
You need to get out the house more.
True. But is a little loud music really the worst thing?
Well, me not getting my degree would be the worst thing.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I just don't understand why it has to play it so loud. What about? Do you have any fucking idea how hard I fucking work?
Okay. Changing that to have less swearing. What about, I hope you can appreciate the amount of work I, as a student, have to do. What with yourself looking like an upstanding member of the community who maybe once had to work this hard too.
You're a literal genius.
I am. But I think that should be fine. You've got your point across now.
Okay. Should I sign it at the bottom?
Well, where else are you going to sign it?
No, I mean, like, should I even be signing it at all? Shouldn't you think this is from everyone?
This isn't a petition you're making. Just sign it for Christ's sake.
I hope this works.
Alice lives in her own castle turret full of starving artists who create when they can. It seems so half-arsed. Works in a bar to pay the rent. It is all half-hearted. But the dreams are big and there is so much potential if she could just. Stephen crunches out the numbers. He works in accounts, but he's not quite yet a big baller. But knows one day he could amount to something more, but he feels like he's slowly turning grey. Clock keeps turning day to day, dreams to dream and bills to pay. Lucy is a snail, stuck in her own shell, deep-rooted comfort in a homegrown hell. bright girl spent the last while caring for her gran, but grief wasn't part of her master's degree dream plan. Books, papers, cases, books, papers, libraries, books, files, books. Sam's life is an exam. Straight A's on paper, but scratch the surface to see a caffeine queen fraying at the seams. Smiles warm but would stab you in the back if it meant reaching her dream.
Yeah, well, no, he's added on another case that he wants you to look at, but I'm getting there. I've downloaded this app that's got a countdown to my last lecture. I'm doing fine here. Yeah. I really don't need your help. Thank you. No. No. No, I don't need to come back home. I am home. This is my home. The neighbours are fine. Why? Yeah, it was temporary, but I can't come back now. I don't want to. Well, don't be worried. I'm better off here than I was. No, I don't mean that. How could you even suggest that? Okay, so my hard work only matters when you're there to oversee it. Right, well, maybe you'll be pleased to know that I've had no luck in any firms taking me on through the graduate programme, so... Oh, is that not what you wanted to hear? No! Of course I'm not going to drop out. I'm not going to apologise for wanting some success in my life. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Do you know, you look at me like I'm this immature, fragile thing, like you have to pretend that none of that happened with Mum. But it happened. To me, to you, to Mark. Yeah, and we were there to help you. Yeah, and you barely spoke to me half the time, did you? Yeah, okay, you asked the right questions, but you never really meant them. You heard what I said. You've been so wrapped up in yourself. Yeah, she was your wife, but it's like you're forgetting that I lost my mum. But I'm not her. I needed you, okay? I really needed you and you weren't there. Do not ask me to come home again. Oh, hi. How have you been?
Oh, hi. I've been good, thanks. How are you? Are you still finishing your course?
Yeah, nearly there. I'm starting to look for graduate jobs now, though.
Oh, wow. That's great. Well, good luck.
Thanks. How are things getting on with you? Are you a famous artist yet, or...?
Not quite. I'm working on it. I'm still working at the bar. It's fine, though.
Hopefully things pick up soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I'll see you later. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
I think I live in my own head a lot. I seem to thrive on the ifs, buts and maybes. The things I'd quite like to happen. I live 100 lives in my head, but I don't really live. Like, next door moved in at the end of last year. The flat had sat empty for about 6 months after Mrs. Campbell had died. God rest her soul, old bitch. Our family sold the flat back to the council, which is fair enough. But I thought it was kind of sad seeing the decades of linoleum and furniture and, well, shite really being pulled from the flat that she'd spent most of her life in. Next door moved in while I was at work. The first giveaway was the removal of the Cytex door, designed to keep out squatters. The second was a lingering smell of burnt toast, which I theorised had been topped with cheese and beans. I told Angus about the new neighbour on FaceTime. Someone moved into 21 last week. Yeah? What are they like? I could tell he wasn't really listening. I don't know. I haven't met them yet. Angus is living a bit of a coming of age, art school graduate dream life. Only it's his actual life. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous. He's in New Zealand, working for a design firm, whilst I'm working 2 minimum wage bar jobs and trying to sell my artwork on Etsy for a pretty pathetic profit margin. I'm actually really happy for him. But he's been gone for over a year now, and sometimes it gets to Sunday and I realise we haven't spoken all week, which is just as much my fault as his, but I started innocently coming up with ideas about who my new neighbour might be. The one clue I had was their music. And it wasn't shit music. I should know, I went to art school, but I digress. The music was good. Always at the same time of night. Music on, burnt toast smell in the close. I began to think I was experiencing symptoms of a stroke, but the only thing I was showing symptoms of was quarter life crisis meeting nosy neighbour syndrome. Maybe I'd fallen in love a little. In love with my own queen of routine. She was the kind of girl who could keep someone like me in check. Frankie. Her name would be Frankie. And she'd have blonde messy hair and dark coffee eyes and a nose that she thought was ugly, but I quite liked. And I'd know that she's the one. And I'd have to tell Angus, but he'd be cool about it. And say, "It's okay, Alice. I understand." And "Long distance was always going to be hard, babe." And then me and Toast Girl would leave this part of the city and, well, the fantasy kind of stops there. Two weeks after Frankie moves in, I find out she's not the girl I thought she was. And she's actually a guy in a shirt and tie called Stephen.
Getting home from work is usually shit. I try my fob in a never working door entry system. It doesn't work. I don't have anyone to let me in, so I often sit for ages, waiting for a kind tenant to come and open the door for me. I trudge up the stairs and think to myself, life is good. I like to think that. It's not true, I still like to think it. I go in my flat and look at the shoddy paint job on the walls and think, who the fuck done this? And with this thought, something from the back of my head tries to come up. I feel it surge through my brain and it reveals itself as, maybe I should try painting them. Fucking daft idea. I take off my coat and my tie, lay down my keys. I work myself sick and have to live here. What poor excuse of a person has a good wage and lives in a shit tip? Me, clearly. Fucking hell, that's sad. Music is my vice. I play it loud to drown out my hysterical crying. No one wants to hear a guy crying next door, do they? I'm joking. Half joking. I play it loud because that's how I like it. I feel like you can't actually listen to music unless it's really loud. Much to the displeasure of my neighbours, you would imagine. But for one, it's not.
I first saw Stephen in the close looking like a Jerry Longlegs on its way back from a business meeting. I've since discovered that Stephen always dresses pretty smart, although there is definitely something in his face that begs him not to. He seemed nice. He smiled at me. I didn't smile back. To be honest, I think my brain was lagging and still mourning the death of my fantasy life. "Alright," he says. "Alright." I give nothing away. He helped me up the stairs with my bags. I had these bags full of scrap material, fabric. I'm trying to be upholstered an armchair. "Oh, you live in 22. I'm in 21. He's really trying. "Do you?" Apparently 21's haunted. I don't know why I said that. Really? No. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. And then I take my bags back and I kind of awkwardly shuffle back to my door. And then I drop my key as I'm trying to unlock it. And then of course one of the bags bursts and I feel myself hitting the biggest riddy you've ever seen. But Stephen just laughs in a sort of Mr. Nice Guy kind of way. And he helps me again, even though I have behaved rather oddly and told him that the ghost of Mrs. Campbell is haunting his kitchen. Cheers. That's about as much as I can manage. "Aye, no bother." And he turns to go back to his door. "Have a good night." I say nothing. "Fuck!" And he comes back. "I'm Stephen." And he sticks his hand out. I feel it press warm into mine, and he's surprised at how cold I am. Fucking anemia. "I'm Alice," I say finally. "Right, well, it's good to meet you." And he turns to head into 21. And then suddenly, I feel my lips moving, forming syllables without my permission. "Stephen!" Fuck. "Would you play Costello music tonight? It's a class album." And he looks at me a little funny before saying, "Sure. I'll turn the volume up." Shit, sorry. I've been babbling for ages. Do you want another coffee?
She lives next door and goes by the name of Alice. We met at the bottom of the stairs one day and she was carrying a few bags filled to the brim with what I can only describe as someone's whole wardrobe cut up into smaller pieces. Bit weird, but intriguing nonetheless. I say hello and help her up the stairs with the bags. Because I feel like if I didn't, I'd look like an arsehole, but on the other hand, I didn't want to seem too needy for a conversation, you know what I mean? Yes, that is how my brain works. We reach the landing and nothing else has been said. I'm trying to come up with something, anything. I eventually say something like, "Oh, you live next door to where I live," in some sort of monosyllabic way, like a fucking caveman in a shirt and tie. She seems awkward. Awkward in the sense that she says things that don't really fit in the conversation that you're having. Apparently it's haunted. What? I think she realised that what she said was completely fucking mental, then she said she was joking. I then helped her with a bag that had just burst, which also didn't help with the whole awkward thing. But I had a smile on my face the whole time. Something that hasn't happened in a long, long time. And as I turned away, I felt a sudden urge to turn back around and introduce myself properly. We shake hands. I was nervous. She says, "I'm Alice." And I go, "It's good to meet you. See you later." I almost fuck it up. I turn around this time, key in the door, ready to take my coat off. and I hear something at the last second. Stephen, would you play Costello music tonight? That's a class album. I couldn't believe it. I could feel my face about to blush. I had to think of a fucking cracker of a closing line here. I smile and eventually say, sure, I'll turn the volume up. Door closed. Bam! Fucking nailed it. Come on. She was inexplicably cool in a weird and awkward way. I don't know what it was, but sure as hell I played Costello music full blast that night.
When I first moved in, there was this couple upstairs, Nina and Harry. They fought all the time. Like, she had that Neddy tone where she would just screech through the hallways, like the twang just completely took over any other aspect of her voice. They'd argue over the smallest thing. Do you know, I think that's probably how they showed their affection to one another. Harry, did you let the dog shut in the hallway? Harry, did you forget the tenants, you useless bastard? Harry, did you try the current element post? Do you know, I think the sad thing about it is, I don't think he ever felt, like, appreciated. Yeah? Because it was all screamed at. So one day I was getting in for work. Now, I'd only been there about a week, so I wasn't, like, totally accustomed to all the new noises and that yet. But I heard this really strange noise coming from the kitchen. So I open the kitchen door and I find just buckets of water, like, flowing through the ceiling, through the lights, through the electrics, everything. It started to like form this puddle on the roof, like, cause you can poke it and it would just like slosh around. So I run upstairs and bang on their door and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but there seems to be this large quantity of water just flowing through the ceiling. So like I'm wondering if it's coming from here or maybe it's the roof. I'm so sorry, hen. Harry's just left the tap on and it's flooded through, but we've got it under control. So here's my number. Just call me if there's any problems. And she just slammed the door right in my face. Do you know, I never even told her that the electrics were fucked. Last thing I heard though was when I was leaving the hallway. Harry, you've went and flooded the entire fucking building. Inaccurate, but for once I kind of felt her pain. Safe to say, the landlord caught wind of all the damage they'd caused, so within a week they were gone.
Lucy, are you in?
2 seconds, just come in.
No worries, I was just going down to Tesco. Do you want anything?
Oh, hi. Could you get me a stir fry mix and some sweet chilli sauce, please?
Yeah, no worries. Anything else?
Nah, just don't forget the noodles this time, eh?
That only happened once.
Oh, on your way, could you put these letters in the postbox for me?
Yeah.
There you go.
These look official.
Yeah, sort of.
Care to share or?
Just some stuff for my grand's lawyer. Oh, 2 seconds, I'll get you a stamp. There you go.
Cool. I'll be down soon with the food, right?
Thanks. There was always this part of me that thought it would be easier if she was gone. That I'd be able to be my own person and not have to worry about her when I go to do the smallest of tasks. I was able to complete school and university, but it's my master's degree that looms over me. Before Nana passed, she told me that I need to fulfil my dreams. That I need to be that teacher that those kids look up to and think, wow, Miss Reader had such an impact on me. But what Nana never realised is how much of an impact she had on me. She was my best friend. There's always going to be that part of me missing wherever I go. Before Nana passed, we had these big dreams. We wanted to save and go to New York and travel the whole world. That was a big aspiration considering Nana was housebound, but we could dream. I want to fulfill her dreams through my eyes, but I also need to fulfill my own. That's why I gave Sam those letters. One is for my lawyer, tying up those loose ends surrounding my gran. The other is for Strathclyde University. Last year I deferred my masters. It was to help Gran with whatever she needed before nursing her back to health and returning to my studies, but we never made it that far. And now it's just me, surrounded by these four walls. I'm reminded of her every day. But I wouldn't change that for the world. There's something kind of nice being in possession of all her things. I know I need to go back to a sense of normality soon, but it's tricky. When your whole life is a person who's no longer on the journey with you.
When did you let yourself settle? It was when you forgot how to trust. Watching your space fill up with takeaway boxes and a thick layer of dust. Head swimming with grease and regret, but you know you must. Get up, go to work, come home. That's the basics. Turn the volume up. When did you let your life become a chore? It's all a bit of pain. Letting 60p noodles go cold as you stare out at the rain. Know some things come undone, approaching insane, but all the same, your senses stay sharp. A change in the air. It creeps in like a draft. When did you turn off emotionally? Allowing your brain to become a filing cabinet? Alarms and routines, a true creature of habit, and yeah, of course, there are worse ways to have it. But dodgy heating and a lack of hot water is starting to turn you crabbit. When do these walls stop smiling? It feels so cold here, despite the spring. You've pulled through dull ache, but still suffer those short, sharp stings. That's the thing. It's unexpected. Shards of smashed photo frame. Another official looking letter through your door. But you feel it in your heart. This one's not the same.
I've decided I might as well move into the library. I fucking hate the place, but at the same time it's my own personal haven. It's silent. When I'm here in the flat, I just sit and wallow in my own self-pity. But at least when I'm at the library, I can watch other people wallow in their self-pity. That's thrilling, actually. It's like one of those days everyone has. You wake up and you just know it's going to be the shittest day ever. You're already somehow running late. That outfit that you ironed the night before, it's magically wrinkled during the night. And even though you know Your lecturer's going to give you shit because when you show up to a client's house, Samantha, with a wrinkled outfit, you're going to lose that job because you decided to show up looking like a cheap, slutty version of yourself. Well, you still wear it anyway. I'm joking. I wish. So, silence has become my new favourite thing. When I first moved into this flat, I kind of thought it'd just bring me some peace. Like I had this fucked up dream of turning over a new leaf and graduating with the prospect of a law firm taking me on. And at first I thought, I can't fucking do that if that guy downstairs keeps playing his music. You know, I actually ran into him once in the close. He didn't know who I was, but as soon as I saw him, I knew. I could just see it in his eyes, and I thought to myself, you're that fucker who plays shout music on full blast all night. I wanted to punch him square in the jaw, right then and there. I wanted to scream at him, you're the reason I'm not going to graduate. You are the reason I'm not going to get this job. But then he just went into his flat. So I didn't punch him. I would have though. I was concerned I was losing my mind. But then something happened. An eviction letter. The council wants to demolish these flats, which probably wouldn't be the worst idea. That was perfect timing. The rent for this place is paid for savings that I had, and yeah, I told my dad I'd come back home, but I'm not going to do that now. No. It's stupid, but I kind of need to prove to myself that I can do this. That I can graduate, that I can live somewhere else on my own. Alone, yeah, but that's okay. The problem with being back home after what happened with Mum is that I needed a shoulder to cry on. So I changed the situation I was in and I moved here. I had to be selfish, and I'm not going to go back on that promise to myself now. I became my own shoulder to cry on, so except I've stopped crying now.
Jesus Christ. I can see that you're online. Just pick up. For God's sake. Hi, Angus. It's me, Alice, obviously. I tried to FaceTime you, but you must be busy. I know that you're really busy. I need to speak to you about a few things just to do with the flat and, well, this, I guess, and just, it's fine. Take your time, I understand, but just call me whenever you get a minute. I really need you right now. Bye.
Can't sleep. Me either. You're not cold?
Nah, got a big jumper on and a cup of coffee.
Good. Coffee? It's past midnight.
I know, I was trying to stay awake.
What for?
Time difference. My boyfriend, he lives in New Zealand.
Wow, I never knew you.
Yeah.
New Zealand? That's class. Wow.
Yeah,
How long is he?
just over a year. It's shit. Well, it's not shit, but it should be shit. That's the problem. He's there, I'm here, but honestly I really couldn't care less. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Alice, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Suppose you should just do what you think is best.
Yeah. You know, even though it's really late, I can still only picture you in a shirt and tie.
Great, great. Thanks. I have a life, you know.
Yeah, go on then, tell me about it.
I see my friends, go on nights out and nights in
Right.
and that. I go to gigs with them and that's about it, really.
What was the last gig you went to?
I can't remember.
Right, well, when was it?
Don't know, about a year ago.
Right, well, that's cool.
Yeah. What do you get up to then?
Well, I'm an artist, actually.
Oh.
Well, when I have time. Mostly I just work a lot. I don't actually claim to have much of a life. I'm perfectly aware that my life is lacking spice.
Lacking spice?
Yep.
Look at us two, eh? Lifeless. I'm 25 and I've never lived on my own, and you... Wait, how old are you?
15.
Fuck off.
What, I live with my mum?
I just... You seem older. I think I should...
Shut up, I turned
probably-
24 last month.
Right. Well, that's good.
Is it?
You know, people can get put away for that stuff.
What stuff?
You know, that stuff.
Oh, that stuff. Stephen, it's fine. I know you're not a paedophile. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. What?
You keep doing that. Saying really obscure shit and then apologising for it.
Do?
Yeah.
Well, at least I apologise for it. Do you want a cup of tea?
Aye, why not? Dash of milk and 1 sugar.
I've not got any milk.
That's fine.
Or sugar.
Right, well, have you got tea then?
Yeah, I've got that.
I've not done this in a long time.
Done what?
I mean, like, talk to someone in a nice, friendly way, you know what I mean? It's usually work stuff and, well, that's shite as well. I'm not happy. I haven't been for a bit. I moved here not of my own choice. That's a proper fucking downgrade, no offence, but it really is. I shared with my partner at the time. You didn't need to know that, but I've told you anyway. It's shit, because you seem happy, kind of. And now I feel like an idiot for bringing the mood down, but I've just never said it aloud before. Just when I thought it wasn't that bad. Thanks for making the tea, by the way. Can you hear me? Oh, fuck's sake. Soppy prick. Fuck's sake, man.
What are you saying?
Nothing at all. No.
Alright, well, my kettle's broke, so I've got some water boiling in a pot, and I found a couple of sweeteners.
Cheers.
No worries. I think it's a shame they're knocking these flats down. They might look like shit, but they're built sturdy, strong. Just need done up. Bit of care is all. Sometimes when I look at the second block, I feel like I'm in that Hitchcock film.
Your Window.
That's the one.
It's a brilliant film.
I know. Because every window out there's a life. You know, it's someone's home. We're all living, sleeping, shitting right next to each other. We don't have the slightest clue about our neighbours, not really. Do you know what I mean?
I guess so, yeah.
Good. Because I thought I was the only one that thought about shit like that.
Well, why do you think that is?
The reason we don't know our neighbours?
Yeah.
Dunno. Trust, probably. Or a lack of it. I remember my dad telling me about this block of flats that get ripped down in the East End when he was younger. Probably like late 70s, early 80s. He said that he didn't drink the night before, just so he could go see it. And that folk gathered from everywhere, even further afield, just to see it come down. And the police had cordoned off the area. And there were helicopters above, and apparently even trains had been diverted. People brought snacks and cans of beer and cigarettes, and all seems a bit ceremonious, doesn't it? But then the air raid siren goes off, like deafening noise, and then the building just sort of crumples in on itself. I bet seeing something like that would be amazing. But I suppose you'd only see it for a second before the dust cloud blows up. But it's sad too, in a way. You think all the years spent planning, the time spent building it, the homes that it was for years to hundreds of people. People wouldn't gather like that to see this building come down. There's no community, it's just a tangle of language and a mind your own sort of sensibility. My dad was a musician, and he said that after he saw that building come down, he decided that music had to sound like that. Like a building coming down. Or forget it. Sorry. I don't know why I just told you all that.
Do you want to come to a gig with me? I don't know the people here very well. Probably should get to know them. Back in my old place, there's a few interesting characters, to say the least. There was Tam and Holly. In my memory they seem caricature, but I swear it's how they are. Holly was tall and matchstick thin and owned nothing but stilettos. The rest of her uniform consisted of a smart suit jacket with the trousers to match, and to pair with it, the classic green and white hoops top, a Celtic strip. To accessorise, she had these large hoops, and she wore plenty of gold jewellery, like thick chains and chunky rings, one of which was a Jinky Johnson wedding ring, I shit you not. She was loud, proud and loved this swally. Her husband, Tam, was a short man who, because of which, both literally and figuratively looked up to his wife. He was almost as wide as he was tall. He had these droopy eyes and swollen lips, almost like a basset hound. On his head he had this thick head of hair, so deeply auburn that it almost glowed red, marking him as proud Irish before he even opened his mouth. They loved each other, there's no doubt about that. But they did find themselves in some trouble when addictions came knocking and declared that they were there to stay. They still had fun though. I remember one night I could hear them arguing just outside the close. They were on their way back from the shop just across the road. What they're arguing about isn't really important, it was mostly slurred and incomprehensible anyway, but from what I could gather, Holly was refusing to come back into the flat. Tam was trying to salvage a shred of dignity by bringing the argument indoors, but Holly was having none of it. So he devised a plan. On the brick wall leading up to the close, he placed a bottle of Buckfast which they'd just purchased, halfway between himself and Holly. When Holly clocked it, she began to stumble closer to it. And as she was getting closer, Tam would swoop back in and move it just a little bit closer to the building. He did this until she was back in the close and then back in the flat. I was gobsmacked. That's understanding a person on a deeper spiritual level, you know what I mean? Tam loved his wife. They ain't for her. Makes me upset though to think of our kids who still have to live with it. That was almost 5 years ago. I hate to think where they are now.
Gran always used to say, if you don't want to do something, then don't do it. Don't let anyone push you to do something if you're not ready to do it. And that includes those boys too. Don't let them push you around. I think that applies here. Not the boy bit. Even though she was always on my ass about which boy I'm seeing. No. The first bit. She was always right. I can't do it. I can't move out. It's too soon. Sam knows that. They just don't understand. When you live in a world where you're surrounded by the same four walls, the same grotty wallpaper, the same carpets and couches, when you live in a world where nothing really changes, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. Except everything's changed. I deferred university. Gran passed away. I have no family. And now I get the deeds to this place and they're trying to get me to sell it. Because it's unsafe and it needs to be demolished. They just don't understand. Who do these people think they are? They just don't get that someone's entire life could be up here in a high rise and that they've never known anything else. They just don't see the struggle that we go through trying to be this grown ass woman and get a grip and grow up. They don't see us. They don't see me. They see it as this ugly old building that needs to be removed. They see it as a prize they need to win back. They think that they can force us out and buy us out. Well, think again, council, because it's not happening. I'm not moving. I refuse. I've lived here with Nana for 23 long fucking years. I'm not going back to uni. I'm staying here. Nothing else is changing this year. I've lost enough. I've lost enough.
Lucy! It's Alice! I've got a parcel!
Oh great, 2 seconds. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you doing anything nice today, or?
Well, I'm actually just going to get a bus. I just thought I would pop this in on my way out.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Where are you going?
I'm actually just on my way to work. I'm running a bit late, so will I just leave this here or?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry, I'm just struggling to find my key.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No worries. I'll just leave this here then. Right, well, have a good day.
Thanks again. Bye.
I'm not religious in any way. Maybe I should be, maybe that's my problem. Maybe if I was, then God might look out for me a little bit, huh? Just a tiny little bit. I don't know what I've done to deserve a shit hand in life, but my God, have I been dealt one. I thought things were looking up as well, but no. I work hard for that company and no one takes any notice to it, and then they threaten me with my job. If only they seen the number of useless arseholes in that place who do nothing. Is it my attitude? No one likes work, so it can't be that. It's not my work ethic either, then what is it? And then to top my day off, I get a letter from someone in the close about the volume of my music. I don't know who it was, but I mean, at least have the decency to come and say it to me. If they think a letter's going to do it, and they are wrong. I pay my rent just like they do. It's my place too. I can listen to music if I like. Do you know what the most insulting part of it is? Ready? Not everybody enjoys listening to Wonderwall on repeat. Wonderwall? Who do they think I am? What am I going to do? I'm losing my flat and my job. It's not looking likely I can move in with anyone here, is it? Come on. I'm fucked. Right. Well, back to this letter then. Wonderwall.
This concrete block, they describe it as an eyesore on the city, but we know it takes living there to see its heart shine bold and pretty. But when we grow old, we'll forget how it beamed bright and true on a hot day. We'll just remember the nitty gritty and the shitty, because that's how it was, right? Existing there was a futile and relentless fight, one that we carried deep into the night, breathe cold air every day. It's a relentless plight. Right foot, left foot, repeat, with all your might. Learn to just see people as they are. People. See windows glow yellow and streetlights burn red. This corner is just a cluster of stars in our city's galaxy. When that light goes off, these stars will burn out and leave nothing. Just an empty cosmic void.
I know you already said no, but I think it could work. It's the best option for you.
The best option is staying here.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're happy to stay here in this entire block of flats all alone?
This is my home. I don't know anywhere else. I own this flat. They can't make me go anywhere.
But they've given you a really good offer on it. It's far more than it's worth.
No, it's not. And neither is what you've offered me.
I just think it makes sense. It's better for both of us.
I just feel at home here.
I know you do. But...
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. You two. Did you know about a letter being posted through my door?
No, sorry.
It's the one about my music. I can read it to you if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand everyone is entitled to their own musical opinions, but if you could just be more considerate of other people around you in the building, as not everybody takes pleasure in listening to Wonderwall on repeat several times a day at volume 100. Now that is outrageous, isn't it? It's out of order, so it is.
Yeah, but... if you
Hold
think
on,
about
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. I hope you can appreciate the amount of work I, as a student, have to do, what with yourselves looking like an upstanding member of the community, who once maybe had to work this hard too. That is out of order. Who do you think I am?
Well, I think it's reasonable.
Are you alright? Wonderwall.
Well, your delivery was quite passionate, but the writer was right. Wonderwall is a shit song.
I've never played Wonderwall.
What's going on?
We were just having a nice wee chat, and then Shirt and Tie came out and started giving us a dramatic reading.
Is that you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm chatting with Lucy.
I was just coming out here to read this letter to you, Alice.
Well, who sent you a letter?
I think I know now, actually.
Oh, wow. Happy eviction day, boys.
Yeah, happy eviction. What a day.
Are you serious?
Fresh start, innit? Don't know what I'll do, but what's your plan?
I'm staying here.
Well, how will that work?
I own my flat. They can't make me move.
So you want to stay here?
I've always lived here. I like it here.
Fair enough. I thought I'd be stuck here a while longer, but apparently not.
What's your plan, Sam?
Well, I offered Lucy to find a place with me, but she said no.
So you're looking for a flatmate?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Out with him with you?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be way cheaper than getting somewhere on my own, and I don't know anyone else looking for a flatmate right now, so...
I don't know why I didn't think to ask you.
Well, what area are you thinking about?
Well, I've actually found a place nearby here. It's pretty big, so I couldn't really afford it on my own, but I'll send you the link for it, right?
Okay, I mean, we could just advertise it as a flat share or something.
Lucy, there's still a room for you, if you want it.
I don't know. It's not that simple. It's different for me. I'll need to think about it. It's getting late. Night.
Yeah. I'll send you the pictures of the flat, Alice. Okay, night.
Night. So,
Thanks again for the other night. It was class. We should do it again.
I'm sure there'll be plenty more gigs.
I hope so. Just don't move too far away then.
I'll try not to. So what are you gonna do? Shit. I'm sorry. Angus is calling. I need to go. Night.
Night. Fuck.
Lucy, can you open the door?
I know you're in there, Lou. I can hear you.
I can't do it.
You're not moving out, are you? Look, I know how difficult this has all been for you. It's tough. Moving out on your own for the first time. Nobody ever said this was going to be easy. It was hard for me. But you helped me so much. Getting out on your own, finding your own footing in the world. You meet new people, new friends. You might even discover that they like those stupid iced donuts nearly as much as you do.
I think you'll find they're delicious.
Lucy, you know you can't stay here. You need to grieve, of course, but you need to move on. She would want that, don't you think?
Did try to pack some things up. Even got most of my ornaments into boxes. I'm sorry, I just all got a bit too much. So I stopped. Now I don't ever think I'm going to start again.
Lucy, come on.
Look, I'll be fine here. Let's stop worrying about me, eh? What about you? You've got a flatmate now. I'm so excited for you.
Thanks. So why did you stop?
My grand's ornaments. She used to collect them. This one was always her favourite. The colours, the little shape in the middle. It reminded her of the sea. She used to live by the sea. She always wanted to go back, but we never made it there.
I'm sorry. Must have brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah, it did. Happy memories, but makes it all the more difficult to move on.
You mean move out?
If you say so.
Come on, Lucy. You can't keep putting this off.
Putting what off? I don't have anywhere else to go.
You do have somewhere else to go. You can stay with me.
I can't leave this place. It's my home. I've lived here my entire life. I feel safe here. I feel secure here. What if I don't get that somewhere else? What if I don't like living with you? I can't take a risk like that. I'm not like you. You just don't get it.
You're right. Maybe I don't get it. But I do know that you need a fresh start. Whether that's with me or on your own. I mean, maybe you'll even go back to uni. You still want that, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose I do. I always wanted to be a primary teacher, but...
Exactly. Come on, I think you just need to do this. Come on, let me in and I'll help you start packing.
Really, it's okay.
No, we'll start with the smaller items, okay? You can separate your grand stuff from yours and put some of your...
Stop it! This is way too much. You know what? You keep pushing me. I can't take it anymore. I think you just need to go. Just leave. Please.
Can't possibly think that.
Just go.
Fine. I'll go. If that's what you want. I'll stop pushing. I just wanted to say bye. Well, you know how to reach me.
We used to have parties sometimes. Not like cheesy student type parties. But for birthdays, leaving do's, that kind of thing. Our flat was closest to town, so people would either come to ours for pre-drinks or we'd invite them back for afters. Sometimes both. But we didn't rip the piss. Just every now and again. I remember at my 21st birthday party, only a few hours in, Macca came to the door. What a pain in the arse. This guy was insufferable. He didn't have any sort of redeeming quality about him whatsoever. He was just an arsehole. Plain and simple. And he knew it too. Standing 5'3" and bearing a face that had taken some probably well-deserved punches. He was pink and looked kind of squashed. He had little screwed up eyes and he was missing teeth. Thought the Valium made him invisible. And he treated his girlfriend terribly. What was this dick doing at my door? Well, turned out he actually had cause to be nice, because he was trying to sell the girls at the party shoplifted Max Factor makeup. I was half cut by the time he came to the door. I felt like Duncan Bannintine. His pitch was pretty good though. His little poly bag full of mascara tubes and orange foundations was definitely doing its best. I think I bought a concealer and a mascara just to get him to leave. And he must have been pretty thankful, because a while later he posted a mixed CD through my door titled Happy Hardcore and a note wishing me a good birthday. I still see him at the bus stop sometimes. He's still a total dick.
Part of me wants to believe them. That everything is going to be okay. That I can move in with them and, well, there's worse places to live, right? But part of me needs to stay here. Where my whole life has taken place up until now. Here is where Nana would measure me every couple of weeks and then she would just mark it on the wall. That's not something that I can take with me if I move out. This place is filled with memories. My first steps, my first cry over a boy, the first time that I came home drunk and spewed all over the bathroom. I can't move out. But maybe I should. This place is filled with firsts, filled with memories of Nana, good and bad, but maybe I need a fresh start. There's always going to be an apprehension about moving to somewhere new, but there's excitement too. I think I'm going to do it. I need to. It'll be somewhere to come home to and not be reminded of Nana and how much I miss her every single second of every day. Being able to hear voices other than my own. Being able to speak to people. Being able to live again. I have hardly left this place without crying. This place is Nana's. It always has been, and it always will be. I have photos and possessions that are hers. Although I want to stay in this building, it just reminds me of her. I need somewhere that I can decorate and discover myself. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna move out. I know that Nana will be with me. She always is.
Yeah, that's fine. No, well, it's probably gonna have to be a bit sooner than that. No, I get that. It's just I can't be flat with all your stuff. Doesn't make any sense. What's the point? No, I didn't mean it like that. I just okay, maybe I did mean it like that. I didn't mean to hurt you. I know. Yeah. Dunno, just what's left of your furniture probably. Bookcase, side tables, kitchen stuff, that kind of thing. Dunno, like... Are you sure? No, it's just I didn't want to assume.
Hello? Yeah, speaking. Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm doing... That's great news. Yeah. No, absolutely. I could tell that when I was there for the interview. Is that through the graduate programme or...? That's so good to hear. I didn't know you...
You don't need to be in a strop about a bookcase, Angus. If you're gonna give me it, then give me it with a good heart, or else just don't. It's a bookcase, it's not that big a deal. No, I know that... I don't know, like 4 bags full. No, I didn't just fling it all in the bags actually. I ran out of boxes and then... I'd hope so. What? Yeah, right, okay, well, I'll take the bags to your mum's. And, no, you'll have to get someone to pick up the boxes. Look, it's not fair. Right. Lucy, Sam and Stephen. No, Sam's a girl.
Of course. I would absolutely love this job. Do you need me to come down to the offices or... Sorry, say that again. I never applied for the position in Edinburgh. I'm based in Glasgow. No, that doesn't change my decision at all. I was actually just about to move, but I'll just send the new tenant a message just to say there's been a change of plans and to just cancel that. No, that's no trouble at all. Don't worry. It was just going to be me there anyways.
What are you talking about? They're not total strangers. Fine. Right. Fine. Okay. Okay. Right. Fine. Look. Right. I need to go get dinner or something. Okay? Right. Bye. I'm just popping out to the chippy. Do you want anything?
Our close came from a set of 3, built decades ago for families, but are now ready to be demolished. High-rise days are over. We lived in a museum. The railings on the stairs displayed like old fossils. It was a crumbling pink palace, a relic, a forgotten place. It was a high-rise, a convincing guise that once stood proud but now stands in demise. It is hard to remain proud under these grey skies. Where once there was a community, now is a tangle of language and a mind-your-own sort of sensibility. Streets paved with dog shit and jagged edges. This was no land of washing lines and trimmed hedges. Our close was not made of bricks. It was made of people. These people and their children, their bones held up the structure. Their veins ran like wires lighting up each room. I cry when I think about those concrete boxes and how the spot where that building is will soon become a grave.